If you're not black, it's not yours to use, and there's no grey areas here.
But it's not a word that anyone owns. No one owns the word. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And there's a good point there. Thank you, Pilot. We don't want to hear white people... wait a minute. No, wait a minute. There, good. We don't want to hear white people tell us what we can and can't be offended by, but yet you're telling me what I can and can't be offended by. Racism works both ways. You're telling me, Whitey, well, not you personally, but someone in the comments said to me, it's not a racist word. I'm saying that can be offensive. Right, so
saying I didn't mean it like that doesn't undo the damage. It just shows you haven't done the work to understand why it's wrong.
I'm going to put you in a minute, NJ. 1 sec. I'm just going to play this video.
Recording itself didn't create the racism. It simply exposed it. If you're only sorry when the mic is on, you're not sorry, you're just caught. And to the thousands of people jumping in to defend him, saying, you know, it's not a big deal, he didn't mean it like that, I want you to hear this. When you excuse racism, But
I've said it again, and I'll say it. I said it before, and I'll say it again. If you were talking to the police and having to describe something, you are not going to say the N-word. You're going to say this person said the whole, and you're going to repeat that word. If you were in court, you're going to repeat that whole word. You're explaining, yeah, meaning, yeah, something. You're not saying it to someone. I feel like I'm lagging.
Become part of the problem. Dismissing a racial slur because it didn't offend you is privilege in action. It tells the black community that their pain is up for debate. It tells every person watching that accountability only matters when it's convenient. And that is not solidarity. That is silence dressed as support. If you are not in that group that word has hurt.
Can I just also say, I don't think this word is owned by anyone, right? And, you know, black people do say it to each other. And I think that is also wrong. Because if I think if people want to encourage, like the youngsters these days, to stop saying that word, you, as a black person, has to stop saying it. Because you're encouraging the younger generation to say, wow, to think that it's okay to say it, you know?
Don't use it. It's not about being woke or being PC. It's about respect. It's about humanity. And it's really that simple.
If you were a teacher talking about history, you will say the whole word. Again, you will say the whole word because you're talking about history, black history. You wouldn't say the N-word. So that is a teacher explaining history. Right? Correct, right? They would not say, well, the N-word. They would not say it. They would say the whole word. So in my eyes, Corey it's not a word I would say, but it's, like I said, hopefully it's just lesson learnt. Just don't say the word, you know what I mean? Because it is a vulgar word. Same with Corey, he was explaining the word. That is explaining it about, you know, you're not going to be cancelled on TikTok even if you say da-da-da, which is the worst slur to say, isn't it? I'm going to see if I can go to my other phone. I don't know if NJ is still in the box.
Angela. You hear me, Ange?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, fine, thanks. Let me just, good. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Carry on.
Yeah, no, that's done.
I just wanted to just say, you know when you said that you don't like the word whitey? To be fair, I don't like that word either, but I see in the comments that people are saying that it begins with W. No, it's Y and T.
Yeah, no, that I get, but someone in the comments did say it's not racist, right? And I'm saying, but, you know, you as a black person, you know, I can't tell you what you are offended by. Like you cannot tell me what I might be offended by.
But do you know how they shorten the word black? It's BLK.
No, I know that. Yeah, but what, to me, whitey is not is a racist word.
That's a bit of a reach, but out of
It's not.
respect,
It's really not.
out of respect though, Angie, if you feel that way and you said that to me, that word wouldn't come out of my mouth. So why is it when...
You know what? There was a movie, right, though, and they put that word whitey in, right, and where he's a white guy that's been adopted by a black family, right, but he has learning difficulties. And I remember the black woman that had said to him, and remember, what did she say? Be careful of whitey. Be careful of whitey. You know what I mean? Because it is a racist word.
Whitey or whitey.
How it came across.
I know they sound very like similar, but they are different, aren't they? Because one's spelt with W, and then the way how they want people to explain a white person is by saying whitey. We as the people, I mean, we shouldn't really be changing. If you think, I want to call somebody white or black, I don't see no issue with that. But we all should have an issue with people using the N-word. Not people just out of the culture, people in the culture as well. I feel like I can talk on this because nobody can ever say on this app they've heard me say the N-word, because I can't stand it. It's something that I've been taught from young. So look, with the Corey situation, I know what you mean. He's explaining something, but with all the uproar that we've had on the app over these, I've been here for 2 years. For 2 years, we've had many and many a times where people have stood up and spoke out against people using the N-word. Why would you do it? I know why he would do it, because he knows it's going to cause mass uproar, and Corey's only here for views and clout. He doesn't really care about the black community or who he offends. What do you think about that, Ange?
Can I just quickly say before I forget, you know the word whitey, and they've actually put it here YT as in Y and a T. Can I explain? YT is a racial slur against white people. Okay, there's another website. YT is a derogatory word for a white person. So I do know that is a racist word. It states here.
Okay, Angie.
I know. Sorry. I just had to say that because I just.
What site did you get that from?
It's on all other websites. It's on. We got it on the Wikipedia. You got it on new discussions of racism. You've got it on. One sec.
No one's lost for words. Listen, you see, when it comes to these sites, who do we know that this isn't some racist guy that's sitting behind the site that is just putting that there just for the sake of putting it there because it fits the narrative that they're pushing out there?
You've got it on many white websites. I was going to say you've got it on many websites here. One Look, you've got it on other websites. YT meaning slag term for white person. It's offensive. I'm telling you, it's offensive. I know it's offensive.
Okay, cool.
Like I said, they had it in a movie for it to be offensive towards the white person.
This is why I feel like this conversation is important, because like I'm saying, there's going to be many of people that are going to say, look, the N-word is offensive to me. But from what I was hearing, and you was basically saying that Corey should be allowed to say it just as long as he's explaining the situation. Well, within that situation, if that person was being racist, it's still not good for him to be using the word and riling everybody up again. Why can't you just say the N-word? I'm black, I say the N-word. So why is it so hard for you to say that?
I do agree. It's not a word I would say because I'd find it difficult to say because it is a vulgar word. It sounds vulgar and it is vulgar. And also you've got the history behind that word. Absolutely, I agree with you there. Like I said, it's lesson learned. But all I'm saying is I don't feel that Corey is racist for saying that, for explaining it, and yes, he came out of it. I don't think he's racist, but I think you're right. He shouldn't have said the whole word.
How long have you known Corey for, Angie?
I don't know, not long really. No. All I'm saying is it would make him racist if he said it to someone.
But I'm saying just be mindful when you're saying, like, quote unquote, he is not racist. When you don't know his background, you don't know what he's like in his area. He could have been racist to many and many of people for all you know, Ange. But you're swearing down that just... No, but I'm saying you're swearing down that just because you've known him for how long and you've heard him explain something, that you are adamant he's not racist, when that might not be the case, Ange.
So
It might-
what if you're, you know, with the police and you have to explain someone had said something? Would you say the whole word? Would you feel that person's being racist for saying it to the police officer?
Blackmail, don't you? What's wrong with
No,
that?
but it's not what I mean. Say if you're having to explain someone something, like someone said this word and you're having to explain it, what are you going to say to the police? They said the N word.
Yeah, because everybody knows what the N word is, and it. Come on,
Well,
man.
not really. Not. Do you know what I mean? What if you're in court? You're going to have to say the whole word. What if you're a teacher of history, Black history, and don't tell me they don't say that whole word, because they do, because I have seen it myself. They say that whole word when they're educating.
And you probably mean back in the day. I mean, I've been in many of lessons of history. To be fair, remember, majority of Black people, we are a minority here. So you see, when history comes, a lot of anxiety comes because they don't show us anything great, what we've done. They just show us looking like slaves. So, you know, when your friend turns around and looks at you and starts sniggering like, that's your people. History was horrible. So I would remember if a teacher would say, yeah, back in the day, this and because I'm telling you now, with a told my mum, we would have raced up to the school straight away, because the last thing I'd need is everybody running around the school going, oh, you're an N? Oh, but sir said it, so why can't I say it? No, Angie. We have to understand that.
I have seen when with education of Black history, they have said this. They've said the whole word to explain what, you know, well, talking about Black history. But however, I'm not saying it was right that Corey said that word. Like I said, it's not a word I'll ever say, because, like I said, it's vulgar. You know, I would find it hard to say it. I'm not going to lie. If someone was to ask me to describe what someone had said, I'd say, you know, the N word. You know, that word. That's probably what I would say. But however, I don't think he's racist.
I think
he's racist because, you know, he didn't say it to someone.
I think as a content creator and as an influencer, because you, Angie, and Corey, you have massive influence on this app. Yeah. I would just ask you to just be more mindful. Do you know what I mean? Because even if you're not racist, Angie, like big up you and that, like you do your thing on this app, but there's a lot of people in your comments that are racist. So regardless, this is their little opportunity now to have a he and a la ha, because their content creator who they're watching might share the same opinions like them. So all I'm saying is that some people fester in the comments and wait for these race debates, because then they can start doing the monkey emoji, banana emoji, start saying all of these outlandish things. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree, you know, and they will be blocked. But you've got to remember, though, you know, some like the cult, they're not racist, right? If they are, you know, when I say the cult, these people that are making comments are not always they're not all the cult. You know what I mean? They're not all my supporters. They could be trolls.
Yeah, that's true.
Half the time, don't look at the comments. You know, it's just like anyone's comments. Mm-hmm. You know, we block what we can do if we see it. Absolutely. But, you know, you've got to remember, people always think I own these comments, and I don't. Anyone. Do you know what I mean?
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. This is your favourite line. AJ, can I ask you a question? Right. Earlier on in the week, I seen an horrendous video that literally turned my stomach. Yeah. Fair play. I did see that you earned money off the back of it, but nobody really wants to make money off the trauma. But then 2 days after, I seen another video, and she's kind of implying that used to are in on this in the background. Yeah. Angie, I swear down, you know, if she ever drops receipts that used to was behind that, do you know how many people you're going to lose on this app? Don't laugh, Angie. It's not funny.
The thing is, you know, EQ, she will always come with receipts. Right? Where are her receipts? She would have come with them by now. And I have asked her, I give her permission to dox my number if she has to. I said, there must be a phone call. I've not phoned her. The only time I phoned her is with Corey, and that was months ago, right? Corey will tell you that, right? There must be a message. There must be a voice note, call log, something. But there's nothing. I have not even called her since for about God knows how long ago it was when I had a call with her with Corey, and that was just to see if she was okay. It was like a 2-minute call. That was it. So there would be something, right?
Yeah, she definitely would.
I've said to her, by now, I've given her permission to dox my number if she has to. If my number is on her call log.
Yeah, well, regardless what you've done and said on this app, that was sickening. That turned my stomach. That did still.
I was not. I would never ever cash out on something like that ever. She is making that up because she's deflecting, you know, from what she did. And she did apologise to it. Do you know she's apologised?
She apologised.
To me. So if I was involved in it, why has she apologised? I've played the video.
Okay, well, she
I just want to apologise
because that was
to
disgusting.
Angie. She goes, I apologise to Bruce of Angie. Yes, I did go too far. So if I was involved, she wouldn't have to do that.
Someone said they didn't see you box hopping for that one. Listen, I was working in that week. I was just seeing bit by bit. I only just scrolled down and seen Angie. You know, Angie's like, she has 10 accounts. That's what I wanted to ask Angie. I'm going to get out of here before your mob start coming for me. I'll see you later.
All right, then. Oh, let me get these people out because I don't think they're... If you want the box, guys, can you just put it in the comments? I don't know who's here and who's not, to be honest. I don't think this person is in here. Always seems to always be my live. So as I was saying, yeah, so like I said, you know, this is what really does make me, and let me just get this thing off, annoys me a little bit, right, is I've just said the word whitey is racist. It is. If you said it the other way around, that would also be racist. If you said black with a, you know, white at the end, that would also be racist. You get what I'm saying? I'm white and it isn't. Well, maybe, Kira, you need to go and educate yourself because it really is. Go and Google it. Go and look at whatever website you want to look at, and it is a derogatory word. It's a slur towards white people. It is offensive. Yeah. I mean, like I said, if it was the other way around, you know, towards the black community, that would also be a slur. Agree, Angie? Yeah. I'm very well educated. Well, obviously you're not educated on that. So don't tell me how I should and shouldn't feel, just like I wouldn't tell NJ how he should and shouldn't feel as a black person. It's like saying you're kind of, I don't know. I don't know what it's saying, but it is. It's spelled YT. Right. It's the same thing, however you spell it, with a Y and a T or actual word YT. Do you mean this? Let me have a look. Here you go. So do you mean like this? Where is it? I can't even find it. Here. Do you mean, can you see this? Put my camera on. There you go. Do you mean like that? YT, yeah? I don't know if you can see this, but blurred. YT, yeah? I don't know if you saw that, guys. It's a bit blurred, isn't it? Let me try it that way. Yeah, well, it's YT. YT is a racial slur against white people. That can be read as white, as in WHITE. Doesn't matter how you pronounce it, whether you just do a Y and a T or go WHIT. Let's not try and be clever now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I say YT for YouTube. What does that mean? Have I got this thing on again? Memory. That's better. Must be... Guys, if you want the box, just let me know in the comments because I don't know who's in and who's not.
Hi, Angie.
Hi, Miss B, you all right?
I'm okay. You okay, my love?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I just wanted to let you know. So,
let's not be clever now. YT is for YouTube. Okay, I understand that, but we're not talking about YouTube here.
I'm not telling you how you should feel. If you think that's offensive, that's completely your decision.
Well, I'm reading about it. It is offensive.
But I just want to explain where it came from. So basically, it's, you know, the same as we say banana on here instead, because TikTok get you like bananaed if you say the actual words. It's like the same with that. So that's why people say the letter Y and the T, so they don't get banned for saying the actual
I understand.
word.
I understand that, right? However, if it was the other way around, I don't think, NJ would understand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, I understand that. But someone said in the comment that word whitey is not offensive. And I said, well, it's offensive.
Well, that's completely up to you, Angie, but I don't think it's calling white people whitey. It's more saying the word white without actually having to spell out the word white, if that makes sense. Because they give you like the violations if you say like the words like white and black and racism and stuff like that. So like people short it to try and not get banned.
Yeah. No, I understand that. It's just someone that made a comment.
But you're okay to feel that way. Anyway, have you had a good day, Angie?
Yeah, not too bad.
Amazing. The weather's been horrible, hasn't it?
Hey, Ange.
Hi, David.
You okay?
I'm good. You?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Listen, racism, right, is all over the app, 100%. But if you go face to face with a person and do racism to that person, you're going to get a smack in the mouth no matter what, right? But 9 times out of 10, right, we get bullied as well, also from the black community, if I can say that, as a white person, right? Now, I have been called a milk bottle and everything else because I've got, what do you call it, where I'm white and white. I can't even get a suntan,
Yeah.
right? And I've been called a milk bottle and everything else by the black community. At the end of the day, you know what? We need to stop this racism.
I think you need to press charges, David.
No, is what I'm saying. We need to stop this racism and say, you know what, guys, you're black, we white. At the end of the day, let's come together as a community because we do not deserve it and you do not deserve the racism
So
either.
I'm just looking at the Oxford English Dictionary for people that is not saying it as a slur. The Oxford, this is the Oxford Dictionary, yeah? So, whitey, which is considered geography. Okay?
Well,
so it
Angie,
is.
I'm actually anemic. I'm an anemic, so I'm white as white. You know what I mean? I can't. My blood flow doesn't flow to give me a flush or anything. You know when you can like look a bit pinkish or whatever. No, I'm white as white. You know, and then this is what I'm saying, and people call me milk bottle and everything else from the black community. So is what I'm saying is, listen, guys, it don't matter if you're black, it don't matter if you're white. You know what? Just come together as a fucking group and say, you know what?
Listen, you've got to remember racism is both sides, yeah? You know, black people are unalive due to the colour of their skin, so is white people, right? In certain areas, you know what I mean? So, and people need to remember that. It is both sides. And no one, please don't tell me what, listen, if someone calls me whitey, I would feel like I'm below them. That's how I would feel. But I don't want no one telling me how I should and shouldn't feel. Just like I wouldn't tell NJ how he should and shouldn't feel. But yeah, you're quite happy to tell me how, you know what I mean? How that's
You've
not
educated me, Angie.
when you're saying it's not a slur, and I'm telling you it is. And I'm a white person, just like I wouldn't tell you what is a slur and isn't a slur in regards to
When someone calls me whitey, I don't care. If someone calls me a milk bottle, I don't care. At the end of the day, that's a slur at me, not at everyone else. You know what I mean? So we just need to pull together, guys.
Yeah.
Whether you're black or white, it don't matter. What did Michael Jackson sing? It don't matter if you're black or white. That's the song what Michael Jackson sang. And you know what? Guys, pull together, stop the racism, and let's move on.
Yeah.
Making Prime Minister, Angie.
The only racism is our fucking Prime Minister, 100%.
You what?
That's the only,
Well, you know what I've seen also, right, regarding racism is if a white woman was to be with a black person, right? Yes, you would see the racism where a black person has come out and said, "This is oh my God, why are you with a white woman?
congratulations.
Why are you with a white?" And another way around. Don't get me wrong, the other way around as well.
Congratulations to him, 100%.
Or
You know,
if you want to do braids, why can't you do braids as a white woman?
the only people, Angie, the only people that's dividing us is our government. That's all that's dividing us. But we need to stick together. It don't matter if you're black, it don't matter if you're white. You know what? Let's get together and take the fucking government out, 100%.
For God's sake.
England, stick together and take this fucking government out. We don't need them.
I don't think we can get rid of the government though, Angie, because you remember in America, do you remember the Americans? They went into their version of their parliament, didn't they? And they went in and they broke in and they like absolutely like turned it over and everything. But like, even though they like went into it, like they still didn't get rid of the government. Like I don't think you can even get rid of them, to be honest.
I mean, people we believe the same, absolutely. But you'll probably never get rid of racism, you know. I mean, it could be better, absolutely. And I just feel that's teaching the younger generation. Do you know what I mean? And like that's why I said I know it's been reclaimed, that word, by the black community, the N word, but I just think it should be abolished in songs.
There's 17 million people.
It's not what are you educating the younger generation? You're educating the younger generation to sing along to a song that has the word N word in it.
I get your point, Angie. Like you're kind of trying to say like a child who's white might listen to that word who don't know anything about it and say it because it's in the song.
I think it's normal to repeat.
I get what you're trying to say, yeah, because some people, because it's such a bad word, we try not to tell children what it is. So obviously a lot of kids don't learn about it till they're older. So when they hear it in a song at a young age, a lot of the time they're not going to know what it is.
Yeah.
Angie, there's 17 million people in this country, right? We can rip down them steel bars, number 10 down the street, and we can tear that place to pieces, like they've done with the White House.
Hi, Ange.
Hiya, guys.
You alright?
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. You? How's your hand? Fingers?
Yeah, still broken.
Oh, bless you.
You should. Is that Black Pope in there? I'm not too sure.
It is.
Black Pope, you're okay, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Hi, Black Pope.
Hi. I just want to read something out to you. Yeah, and this is my transcript of using the word nigger or whatever you want to call it. Yeah?
You can say it, Angie.
They'll say it.
If you look in the mirror,
they'll say the word.
Yeah.
if you look in the mirror on any given morning, what do you see? Do you see a black person? I mean the color black. If the answer to your question is yes, then look again. Because what you don't see is a black person. When we are going to stop living the lie and tell the truth? The truth is we are brown, bunny. For years, we have been told we are black. We didn't mind it because it seemed like it was better than being called the N or N. And it was the in thing, the black thing, part of the black cultural revolution when all you heard was I'm black, I'm proud, black power, black love, etc. Somewhere along the line, someone, there you go. There you
And
go.
I agree.
I don't have to say no more, do I really? You know?
Hey, Pope, you alright, bro?
You know
I'm
what?
okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
my friend, my auntie's Maori, and she identifies as a brown woman. You know, and she says I'm brown. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
And totally agree with that. Yeah.
I don't have to say no more. I mean, like, look, we use the word as an empowerment. It's an enrichment to us, yeah? If you know your black history, yeah, our black history, then you will know how to use that word in the tone of how you use it, yeah? When a white person says that word, yeah, it's a flat tone, it's A. So therefore, towards a black person hearing it, it's a trigger. You understand me? It's like if you're from the streets, yeah, and you've been hearing sirens all your life, and then you go to work one day, yeah, even if you're driving in your car, yeah, and you hear a siren behind you, it's a trigger.
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys don't understand that.
Yeah.
That's why I say to you, educate yourself on the word, the tone itself, yeah, and the value and the enrichment of word, of the how powerful it is. Yeah, it is derogatory. I don't like to use it as well, but sometimes I will use that word for an empowerment, enrichment within myself of how I'm describing myself. Do you know what I mean? I know how to. It's like when you're saying the it's like it's a low form of a black person.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
agree. I don't
saying?
think one person should ever say it.
To some black people, it's a low form of being a black person. Do you know what I mean? That's why we don't like, some black people don't like to hear it. Do you know what I mean?
And I
It's
agree.
not
I don't think
nice.
any white person should say it, and I've said that. However, I just don't think Corey was racist on that. But however, you're right. It shouldn't be said, and I get what you're saying. You know,
then-
it's especially from a white person.
And then
Absolutely.
you've got to boil down to the fact of us. Look at this, yeah. All of us, black, white, Asian, don't matter what you are, we are all prejudiced.
Can I ask you a question,
It's as
bro?
simple
Can I
as that. Whether you don't like it or not, we're all prejudiced. Learn.
can I ask you a question?
Educate yourself around the cultural differences that you see and that you be around every day, because that's what makes you a better person. Otherwise,
Well-
you're just gonna be a slum, and I'm not. It's the truth. You gotta educate yourself, especially with being on TikTok and being around people of different cultural societies. You've got to understand their values of who they are as people, or you're just gonna look like an idiot.
The thing is, we all
Right,
come
can
in the
I ask
world
you
the
a
same. We're all
question?
leaving the world
Okay.
the same. We all bleed the same. We come in the world the same. We're leaving the world the same. We all
Let me
bleed
ask
the same.
Pope a question. Pope, you're probably the same age as me. Back in the day, right? When we was young, whatever, it used to be, yo, you okay, and punch bump, whether you're black or white.
That was probably down in Brum, because in Birmingham, the blacks and whites stuck together in Birmingham. If you know the Zulu, look at the Zulu, the word Zulu, the hooligan football club, Zulu.
Pick up
That
the
was a
Zulu
lot of
army.
blacks and whites. That was majority of them were whites.
We love the Zulus, yes.
So you gotta know. You see, you gotta know your
That's what-
history, and you gotta know how things have used.
That's what we used to do when we was younger, back in the day, yeah?
You know,
right.
you gotta there's some.
That's what we used to
Words that
do
you
back in the
think-
day.
I
Hold
don't
on,
know, look,
Pope,
man. I
Pope,
just said
hold on.
Me personally,
Pope,
I don't even
back
like
in
getting
the
into
day,
these debates and stuff like that. I just like to educate. That's all I'm here to just give you some knowledge and educate you on the words that we use. And as cultural people, that's what we should be doing. We should be educating ourselves and not coming out and saying, oh, this is that and this. Look, two wrongs don't make a right. I wouldn't use the word as whitey. I would call you a white person. I wouldn't even call you a white person. I'd be saying, that is Auntie Angie. That is Alicia. That is Torian. I'm not going to say, that is Black. You get me? It doesn't make sense. Why am I going to say that for? Come on, man. Come on, guys, man. We all should be able to educate ourselves as grown-ups, as cultural people, and not fight amongst ourselves. And words like that should be getting used. I don't care if you know this black person and that black person's got this amount of kids. I don't care. It should be getting used, because I'm not going to use it against you. I'm not going to call Corey a H. Am I going to call Corey a H? No, I'm not. I'm going to call him Corey. So, come on, guys, man. Look,
Yeah,
I've
but I
got
think
to
with
get off.
Corey, you're just explaining. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you should have used it though. Absolutely not. But you know, lesson
Yeah,
learned.
but he could have said that Afro-Caribbean. He could have said that black person. You know, he could have said something to the other without using the N. He knew.
could have
what
just
he
said
was
the
saying
N-word if
by
he
using
was-
the word.
If he was explaining something that someone had said and they'd used the N-word, he could say the N-word. There's not really any reason for him to be using it, whether it's on a private phone call or not, I think.
Yeah,
That's
I
if
didn't
you're
say
to-
this, Pope. You know, sometimes some people find it goes quite. It seems to come out of the mouth quite easily. Where I'd be like, you know, the N word, that word. Do you know what I mean? I find that a little bit difficult to repeat. You know, so I do understand where you're coming from.
I just think it's a tone. I've come across it many times. I've tried to educate people many times on using the word, and it's a tone. It's just how it comes across towards a black person hearing it from a white person's side. It's just it's triggering to us. Do you know what I mean? And then we try to make you understand the word and then you're gonna try and say no, but we're just trying to make it educating, saying, look, please don't use the word. If you're going to use the word, use it towards yourselves. You know what I mean? Don't say outlandish, because you're going to upset us. And I don't think, a lot of us are not racist. A lot of us are just prejudiced, like I said, Angie. And a lot of us need to educate ourselves, man. Especially.
And that's what it's about, education, isn't it?
That's all it is. A lot of us need to educate ourselves with being on it. Like I said to Corey in my video, I said, look, Corey, go down to Cardiff. There's a slave museum down there. Go educate yourself. Take a camera, take a video phone, and go record it. Do a live on the slavery down in Cardiff, on the docks, because there was a slave ships down there in the docks in Cardiff. Go educate yourself.
Sorry, can I just say something,
Let somebody
Angie?
else educate you. You go educate yourself.
Yeah, sorry,
and then
Black
come back and give us the information, because that's what makes you as a person. Simple as that.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything to do with education, Angie. Like, I don't think it's anything to do with education. Corey's... oh, sorry, I got a bad chest. Corey's an educated man. It's not about education. It's just the fact that everyone is giving him exactly what he wants, because he didn't say that word to... he didn't say it... Like, the intent wasn't to do it because of their skin colour. It was so this happens so that we all sit here talking about him saying it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's exactly why he said it. It's not
No, I don't. Well, he didn't know it was going to be leaked.
Yeah, but he incited it by saying, "Oh, this person use it, and that person use it, and that person use it."
Does that offend you?
You get me? So
Did it offend you, Black Pope?
it doesn't look. It didn't offend me. I just tried to educate him on the word of how he's using it. It's inciting. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I had to. I don't listen to when somebody's saying something. I have to listen to it 3 times to analyze it, to get what that person's saying of interest. Do you get where I'm coming from? And like I said to him, I had to educate him on the word. Go down to Cardiff. There's a slave museum. Take your phone. Take your camera, come back, and let us hear what you now use the word, and let now use the word, and maybe you'll know about the Holocaust as well, the hidden Holocaust as well, and then use the word. Let me hear you use the word then, because I know you won't use the word then. That's just what I said. That's just what I said. Educate yourself. I'm not getting at him. Just educate yourself. That's as simple as that. You know. And then I'm gonna have to let you go, guys, because I've got to go, man. I've got things to do.
All right, thanks, Black Pope.
Well, look after yourself. Look after yourself, guys.
Oh, you've changed your name, haven't you, Mr. Pope?
I've got 4 accounts. So you know, like you've got so many accounts, I've got to have so many accounts as well, because I keep on getting blocked and reported. So I've got to have so many accounts as well. Like every time I go live in 10 minutes, it's cut. So I can't have a voice.
But do say in the comments, because I want to ask people something as well. But I'll let everyone else speak first. Thank you, Black Pope.
Okay, look after yourself, guys. Right.
Thank you. Hi, Alicia.
Hello. I was listening to you when I was live because people were saying, "Oh, Angie's live's going to go sideways." But you know the term YT, and I mean like a Y and a T. It's just like abbreviation. I don't know if NJ come in and said this, but it's like YT.
No, I was actually replying to someone in the comments.
Yeah, when they're doing race debates and things, when you're saying white people yada 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 or black people yada yada yada, the algorithm picks up on it and you get banned. So like black is BLK.
I totally understand that. Just someone said it in the comments, so I was talking about something completely different to them.
And also, if you want braids or box braids, you can have them, but it'll probably rip your hair out because our hair's not made for that. Our hair you'll have a sore scalp. But I just think this thing with Corey, like he needs to take accountability for using the word. And I know it was on a private phone call, but he's not saying, yeah, do you know what, I did wrong, I shouldn't have done that. Obviously I'm a white woman, so it's not affecting me directly, and I can't speak for any person of colour who's affected by what he said, but I can't defend.
Apparently he did apologise last night. So.
Yeah, see, I wasn't about last night, so I've only seen what was said and him watching it and what he was saying, but I don't know, I can't defend it.
Yeah. No, and like I said, you shouldn't be able to say that word easily, really, eh? No, it's not an easy word to really come out with.
And
it is probably the worst slur, isn't it?
It's a horrible word. It's a horrible word. But and it's used YT because it's like white, but it's an abbreviation of it. It's honestly not an offensive terminology. Same as BLK, it's not an offensive terminology.
Right. Can somebody put Rembo in the box, please? Because something's wrong with my boxes.
I think people should get people of colour's point of view on it and what they think.
Yeah. Oh, it's working now. Rembo.
But I get what Angie's saying, because Angie's saying if other people can say what other people can be offended by, then Angie's saying she can feel offended if she doesn't want to be called that word. Do you know what I mean? Like, even though we know it's not offensive to us, Angie's saying she don't want to be called it.
YT and whitey, so white with a Y on the end, is different, isn't it? It's a different...
Yeah, I've explained that to Angie, but she still finds it offensive. She'd rather just be called white. So...
I don't find it offensive. Like, if someone calls me white, I'm not offended.
Can I just ask one thing? I'm just here to ask one thing, and this is a genuine question, because I'm 56 and in my 20s, I was called by a black person blood clot, and I don't know what it meant. So does anybody know what it means, please? You blood clot. I was like, what?
I think you'd be best to have maybe a Jamaican person to come in and explain what it is. Thanks, Miss Red. Thanks so much.
Oh, sorry, that's my dog barking. No, I really want to know. But like, you blood clot. I was like, what? I've never known in 36 years. I still don't know. So I'm just asking a question.
It's like a swear word.
In what format, though? I don't understand it. Yeah, it's a swear word. I understood that because I was called a blood clot, but...
Okay, I've Googled it for you for the correct term, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Blood clot literally means blood cloth, as in a feminine hygiene product, a woman's sanitary napkin or a tampon.
Oh.
In Jamaica, menstruation is considered unclean, but this is like white Google telling me this, so I might be wrong.
Yeah, but you're talking about an actual clot, a blood clot.
Yeah. This is I was called.
Yeah, the blood clot we're talking about originated from Jamaica,
and then
completely different.
On
it was like a slur. It was like a slur. Like,
I don't think
you blood clot.
I don't think it's like it's just like calling someone a, I don't know. But it says,
I don't think it's an insult. I think it's a bad word to call someone. I don't think.
No, it's just like swearing at someone, I suppose.
Oh right, okay. I just didn't know. I was like, I never knew. 36 years. I was like, what does it actually mean?
Was you quite?
Thank you.
I'm gonna see if I can Google it.
Like, you know, you was to say like, I don't know. Like, you can use it as in like an expression if you like shut. You like. What? And, do you know what I mean? Oh, I don't even know how to explain it.
Oh, here it is.
I just took it as an insult. I did.
The blood clot is a Jamaican slang term used as an interjection expressing a wide range of emotions like anger, frustration, disbelief, or even joy. It's seen as a uniquely Jamaican expression and is integral to the country's culture identity.
It's just like a swear word.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yeah, it's basically just...
that was nice. No, I know.
What you call me. Blood clot.
No, it says it's a situation to convey strong emotions, often in a way that's humorous or exaggerated. It's considered deeply ingrained part of Jamaican culture. It's frequently used in music, especially reggae and dancehall. Yeah, so... It's not a direct swear word. Well, blood clot is often used in context where strong language is present. It's not considered a direct swear word in the same way as other terms, according to whatever that is. Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, at least I know. Well, thank you.
I love the internet.
Thank you. Well, I should have Googled it, but I should have Googled it really. But no, I just thought like, you know. There's more people, more minds on here than Google, if you like.
What you looked at, I don't know, Lisa, it says a Jamaican slang blood clot is a sanitary towel or alternatively what's that? Whatever it was, unpleasant or worthless person. Despicable, unpleasant or worthless person.
Yeah. I think that's more down to...
Alternatively, not alternatively, what am I talking about? Yeah, but that's what it is.
Well, I just took it as like, well,
it's a strong
that is very nice.
Sunshine wants the box, Angela.
It says here it's a strong word term of abuse.
It's just
and that's how I took it. You blood clot. I was like, well, thanks very much.
I think it just means you blood clot, you idiot kind of thing.
God, Sunshine said she'll go mad.
I don't know.
If being around black people all my life, if I was called a blood clot, I'd be mad. It's not nice. It's like a menstrual cycle. It's and like Alicia says, it's
just cussing someone out.
Especially Rastafarians. They think that part of a woman is very unclean.
Right, no one calls Sunshine a blood clot. Okay.
It's an insult. It's not very nice, and it's even worse when black people say it to each other.
Out the box,
Yeah.
blood clots. Sorry. I'm only joking.
Yeah.
Is Miss B
Yeah, so-
Sienna's replacement?
Who, Miss B?
Yeah, she sounds like her, don't she? Where's Sienna? I miss her.
I don't know where she's to, actually. I've got a plan for
Yes, I just want to reply to this comment, Susie. Yes, Susie, I wasn't slating her. I was actually saying a fact that when Top Girl was in the box with Alex, she was shouting and swearing, and a child was next to her. You could hear the child.
Let's not talk about.
No. It's. I'll say it how it is. I'm straightforward, and this is why I work with child protection. I work alongside them, and I work within the policies and procedures of child protection. And everybody was more concerned about Alex than there was the child sat there sitting there listening to her.
Fine. Her kids are fine. Come on.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't be raising. No. I just heard her, and I could hear the child, and the point is, I don't know whether she was having a go at Alex to be relevant.
This is why no one likes you.
Ziana,
because I'm honest, Ziana. That's why. And at the end of the day, even Angie's pulled her up on it. So again, I work within child policy and procedures and safeguarding.
Top
and I don't
children
think
are fine. Sunshine, and you look asking what white Google is. Google's
but it's not
made
fine
by the
to be
white
screaming
man.
and shouting in front of a child on an app. It's not fine.
But honestly, please leave people's kids alone. Come on.
Angie, I'm going to go, but thank you for the education.
Thank you,
So anyway,
thank you all of you. Thank you.
I hope that answers your question. I don't like Sunshine, but I agree. Thank
Sunshine,
you.
can I just say to you, listen, you can't, I get what you're saying, right? But you can't have this argument if he has a reborn.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
It's down to their YouTube.
Can I ask your people in here a
sorry,
question? I need to know, the people in the comments, the white people, are you offended? Sunshine, are you having a party?
No, I've got some music on that side, sorry.
I know what you're going to say, whether white people are offended or not. They might not be offended, but I'm just saying.
No, I just wanted to know, if people are actually offended by whitey or being called white.
Alicia, do you know something?
Can I just quickly say, can I just quickly say, but regardless of whether they're offended or not, some people might say they're not, but some people are. It's still a derogatory word. It's still racism. Regardless of whether someone is offended or not.
I don't think it's racism because you can't oppress the.
I've just googled it. It's in the Oxford Dictionary. It's a slur.
You can't oppress the oppressors.
Yeah, but
I don't personally think it's racism.
Right, listen, Alicia. I was a bit offended, to be fair, and
oh my God, Angela's frozen.
I've sort of put it to the back of my head, but now you've said that it's the algorithm in TikTok, I'm absolutely fine with it because I get that.
The black is shortened, Betty Boo. It's shortened to BLK. They say BLK on YT.
Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah.
It's only
but
like.
now
she said it. She's been in debates before. Bloody hell, Sunshine, your music's. Bloody hell, Sunshine, your music's. Bloody hell, Sunshine, your music's.
From?
Me out.
Slave.
Do you know where the word slave comes from?
No.
The people of England being slaves, Slavic. So every single nationality across the world has been slaves. So it's not just...
Yeah, but not on a scale that black people were enslaved. Realistically, white people...
Who do you think built the pyramids, Alicia?
White privilege
Who do you think built the pyramids?
Is a real thing. We've never been oppressed for our skin colour, is my point. You can't...
We have, though.
But we haven't. Not on a massive scale.
The Irish were. They were
There's been
slaves.
slavery throughout every single country in loads of places. It's literally, it's not just been with white people. It's been with Arabs. It's been against white people, black people, everyone. It's been against everyone, Jews.
Yeah,
everyone.
people have been unalive due to their skin colour. You know, if white people. You know what I mean? If you look at America, you know, if you go into the wrong area, you're unalive purely because you're white, and vice versa.
I just wondered.
Can I just tell you this, because I want to go sunbathe? Do you know something? I watched something. Listen to this, right? I watched something on the BBC, and what it is, they did. There was Tommy Ball there, all the comedians, yeah, Tommy Tarbuck, whatever his name is, all from my era when I was little. Anyway, the BBC was putting the faces singing all happy, and then they sung at the end. It was a Christmas thing, and everybody was white. So, and I thought, oh, how lovely. Not because they're all white, listen to this. So I thought, how lovely this is. And because a lot of the people on there are dead now, so have passed away. So then all of a sudden it came away. They did a bigger scene of it instead of just the faces. And there was a black guy there, right? I thought, oh my God. But you didn't see his face. You saw everybody else's face. I'm going to put it on my page. Everybody else's face, but his. How bad is that? So I says to my friend, watch this. She's white. So I says, watch this and tell me what's wrong with this. And she says, well, I don't know. I don't like him. I never liked him. She was going on like that. I says, but they've never shown the comedian with the black face, because they were all comedians, you see. And she went, oh my God. I says, and that's how it was then, and that's how it can be now. But you know, people are trying. But I noticed it, and I thought, how disgusting. How disgusting is that guy didn't get his face? Every single one had focused on the faces, even the guy next to him. But it wasn't until the camera come away and showed a bigger picture, there was this black guy there.
Because they're racist, Sunshine. Racist.
Yeah. Oh yes, yes, definitely, absolutely. But don't get me wrong, it was in the 70s, but. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. It really, I couldn't get over it.
I just think you're crutching. I think you've lost us all, to be honest. I think
Sunshine, have you had a few cut buzzballs in the sunshine?
No, you know what I mean, don't you, Alicia?
Very
Good morning.
Yeah, they're racist.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, Angie.
Hi, Tim.
Guys. Hi, Alicia. Hi, everybody.
Tim.
Listen, I just want to say really quickly, can we stop saying that slaves built the pyramids, because they did not? And can people just do a little bit of research? And as far as white people,
that was just a small example. I was just explaining where the word slave came from. I said that loads of nationalities have been slaves.
oh, I didn't know I didn't actually hear who said it, but slaves did not build the pyramids. That is a myth. And paid laborers who, if you do even a slight bit of research, you'll know that is.
Right. So you're saying the people who built the pyramids were paid?
Yes, they were paid laborers.
Oh, okay.
How do you know that? What evidence of that have you got?
He was clearly there.
He was there, actually.
Yeah. He was next to one paying him. You're the one paying him, aren't you, Catherine?
No, it's called archaeology. Is look into it.
Yeah, they wasn't paid, but okay.
What evidence have you got to say that they was paid then? What makes you believe that? That's what I'm saying.
Are you guys being serious? Do you really think that?
Yeah.
You
What evidence have you got to say, is there some mural that we should be looking at that we've missed some, but you know, how do you know
Can
that?
I just read something to you?
You mean
Hawas's
mural or
archaeological
mural or
discoveries in the 1990s in Cairo show the workers were paid labourers rather than slaves.
Thank you, Alicia. It's not.
That's all I wanted to know.
I've got a question for Sienna.
Wait, can I just
I'm
say
only
one more thing?
educating myself.
Just one more thing, because the racism thing is just, I can't with it. What people are, when people are speaking about, of course, almost all races were slaves at one point, or as we used to call them, basically serfs or serfdom. What we're talking about now is post-Enlightenment, post the Renaissance, when basically, to put it in layman's terms, we were supposed to, quote unquote, know better after that point. So we were supposed to be enlightened and better people. And my country, unfortunately, I live in the country in the Western country that was the last to rid ourselves of slavery. So it's a very, very hot topic in this country. It still is, unfortunately. You guys threw off the yoke of slavery way before we did. You were still selling them, but you weren't. You didn't have them on your own shores. And my grandfather, who was a judge, I always repeat this. One of the most profound things he said to me was, the reason that you don't use the N-word is that, and this, again, I could be speaking for my own country, is he said that you have to realize that for thousands, possibly millions, but thousands and thousands of people, that was the last word they heard as they were being lynched on a tree. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So just be careful with that word. There's no reason to say it. There are so many wonderfully colorful words that we can call each other without having to debase and shame people who have, in history, who have died, and shame the dead who did absolutely nothing wrong.
Do you know,
it's disgusting.
The people in the comments saying, "Oh, that's boring. It's boring." Like, just educate yourselves on what people went through.
It's not boring.
It wasn't even that long
I'm
ago.
dead interested.
Yeah, Alicia, you know, history, for some people, history is boring. They don't want to bother. They don't care. They just would rather run with a narrative that they've made of themselves, or they've heard on the internet, you know, not Beyonce's internet. Just, but just, please, guys, the pyramids were not built by slaves. I can't.
Angela built the pyramid.
I love you, yeah. Angie did it.
It was just a random, you know, example.
Where's it gone? It's gone.
Right, Ziana, I've got a question.
Go.
How do you feel about Miss B taking your place?
I'll never take Diana.
Ages. I like Miss B.
I feel like she's there.
Stop trying to cause trouble. You are Alicia. I know all about you. I know all about you.
Everyone thought she was Farah.
Alicia, stop trying to cause trouble.
I just got a message saying she's Farah. I don't know who Farah is.
Yeah, I am Farah. That's me.
Just been in the box at the
That
same
is
time.
me. Anyway, no, Ziana's the original. I will never replace Ziana. We love Ziana around these ways.
Ziana is iconic on this app.
We love her. We love her. She's amazing. And Angie. We love Angie as well. We love you, Angie.
Well, since it's my platform, I'd like to think you do.
Well, I'll drop now anyway, but I just only popped in, so I wanted to speak to you. But I hope you're okay anyway, Angie. And
I'm good.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and get some sunshine and everything. I love you loads, hon, and have a good day.
See you later, Mr. Bees.
Bye.
Angela,
if you want the box, you've got to put it in the comments because I don't know who's here and who's not.
Angela, have you had your eyebrows done?
No. Oh, I've just...
You look like you've had them done. They look nice.
I just penciled them.